Welcome back, everybody. My name's Andrew and you're watching the Kelly's Country Life. So before we jump into what we're going to be building and working on the house today, I want to say a quick thank you. A lot of y'all have recently stepped up and supported the channel and purchased our brand new Kelly's Country Life logo shirts. We've been working on a logo for a while, and as you can see, that big beautiful oak tree behind us, we did a lot of clearing out on the channel. That was kind of a popular series there. A lot of people suggested that should really be the logo for your shirts. So we've got them designed now. If you would like to purchase these shirts and support the channel, link is down in the video description, or drop a comment, I'll let you know. We're doing what's called a campaign, so these are only available for about another week and a half. We can always launch the campaign again later, and we plan on doing that. But after this campaign's over and the order is built, that's when shirts will be printed and sent out to you. So again, thank you so much. Hopefully y'all enjoy the shirts. We're really enjoying them. We have several more on the way for ourselves. We'll be wearing those throughout the rest of the video builds and kind of series on the channel there. I just wanted to say a quick shout out and thank you to all y'all that's helping support us and do that. We've got quite a few of them flying off the shelf, so to speak. All right, so what do we have going on today? It's already rained quite a bit. We got a lot more rain on the way, so I have to do just a minor amount of work. No point in pulling a whole bunch of stuff out, calling for rain today and tomorrow. It rained last night and blew inside the building, so I'll show you that. But we have got to get this wall secured, strapped, and leveled. So let me show you that. All right, so what we have going on today, we have to strap the top of all these studs. You can see I've already got the one on the end strapped. Those are called Simpson SP2s. So the engineering plan calls for inside and out. That actually ties these studs to those double top plates. Also down here on the bottom, these SP6 Simpson straps, we have to finish nailing them out. I ran out of nails a while back, so I have them all tacked in and toe nailed, but I have to fill a lot more nail holes in. I finally had all my nails show up with the now super slow Amazon shipping, and we have got a few thousand on hand to finish nailing all this in. So that's what today's about. We're going to use this new tractor man lift basket that my buddy's letting me borrow. Makes things very safe for getting and working all the way up there at about 15.5 feet. And we also need to get this wall leveled. Sadly, that top truss has a rather significant bow going that direction. I've already knocked the wall out to where to the eye it is level, but we're going to pull a string across, make for sure the wall's out, check it with a level as well, and we're going to bolt that in. That's been a very, very popular question, how we're going to secure those top plates to that truss. Well, the engineered plan says simply to drill a hole through the truss and bolt it. So I have went out and bought a bunch of 3/8 bolts, and that's what we're going to do. So today is all about getting this wall secured, strapped, and bolted in place, and then we can kind of move on to focusing on that next wall, which we also have some blocking to do here too. I don't know what all we'll get into today, especially with this weather coming. Now you see that I have all this set out over here. We've got a very special delivery on the way. I went ahead and placed a rather large timber order with Lowe's. It is on the way. Sadly, on a rainy day, it's the only day they could deliver to me this week. So I'm gonna have it drop it off right there. We're gonna snatch it, put it underneath the porch just as quick as we possibly can before this rain gets here. That is gonna be all of our interior wall studs, some 2x10s to do all the headers down there for the big windows that we're gonna be doing on the other balloon frame wall. A few other things in there. Oh yeah, all the 2x8s to do the attic rafters. So we may now officially have all timber that we need on site between what's coming today, what's underneath that tarp. I'm sure there's a few things I have to pick up. So getting exciting, ready to get back to work. As soon as we get all these walls up, we'll start sheathing this whole thing and get this house dried in. All right, it's gonna be just about impossible for y'all to see, but now that I have a string pulled from corner post to corner post, I can kind of knock the wall out to where it touches the string, and I know I'm getting the top perfectly level. And I can also check the studs with a level as well. But I knew the higher up that we went on the truss toward the peak that it bowed in. So the wall's very close right here on the ends, obviously, because I flushed it to the post. But in the middle, we still got a little ways to knock it out. I'm going to see if I can get the majority of that bend out of it. All right, well, welcome, up to the scaffolding. I am going to go ahead and put 2 bolts in up top here to make sure these top plates can't go anywhere. I thought I'd bring y'all along for the ride, so I got my hat cam out. I'm only going to put 2 in, so when we're outside banging on the wall, we're not shifting this top plate now that I've kind of got everything level. The reason I'm not going to go ahead and bolt the rest of this today is because they're calling for rain the rest of the day. Tomorrow, this is something that I can come inside and do. I want to get outside while it's not raining and knock out as much of that work as I can. Okay, so we've already done pulled our string, which I dropped, and made sure that we have this wall kind of bowed out. So you'll see that right up here where the truss plate is, it's nice and flush. Really, it should be center of the post, but that's how much bows in this truss. You'll notice as we go down a little ways, it actually pokes over just a little. That's fine. There's still plenty of room back in here to get a bolt down through solid part of the wood. And as we go further down, the truss eventually winds up dead center of the top plates. That is how much bows in this thing. I guess it got twisted really bad when it was welded. And I hate that because the other trusses that I ordered for my last barn are straight as can be. Now over here, it's even a little worse. Again, we're flush here. We got one section right here where the truss kind of does a crazy bow, and it's hanging over the edge a little. I still feel confident I can get a bolt in solid part of the wood there, and it kind of goes back dead center the further down that we get, so that's not going to be a problem. So let's go ahead and drill. I'm going to put a bolt in right through here, one right through here to kind of sandwich everything up, and I think we'll be good to go. As far as this gap goes right here, I've already bought some plates. I'm going to close this up and nail these together. A little more of a gap than I wanted, but I knew whenever I built these that I wanted enough gap that I could actually get them up in there. And when I was lifting this from the top of this, I mean, you can see where it was hitting. It barely went in there. So that was kind of aggravating by myself. Probably left that gap a little too big, but I'm going to plate over it on this side. I'm going to plate underneath and outside, although the gap really doesn't matter because we're about to bolt everything. So nothing is going to shift right here at all. But I'm going to overbuild it like I do everything else. Yep, that drill bit is mighty bent. It's a heck of a time to find out that's a dull drill bit too. Guess I'll climb all the way back down and go back to the shop. All right, brand new drill bit. Let's see. Never been used. Right through. Hey. All right, so here's what I'll be using. I think these are 4-inch long, if I remember correctly, 3/8 bolts. All right, so we have several things to do at each stud. For one, we have got to put these tie plates on that tie the stud to both of the top plates. So we'll nail those in. These will all use the longer length nails, and then it has nail holes on the sides for the 1.5 nails. So I'll put all these up with the longer nails, then I have to come back before I move the tractor, put all the short nails in. Also, while we're up here, I'm going to take the pass load framing nailer, and I am going to toe nail every board in too. Probably 2 on one side, 1 on the other, or however I can fit the gun in here. But basically we'll shoot at about a 45-degree angle a long framing nail into the side and up into the top plate. That just makes everything very strong. And that'll tie up what I need to do from the outside. Then I'll have to go back on the inside with the scaffolding, finish putting nails in all of these same type of plates that are on the inside, as well as do what you just seen me do, bolt everything to the truss to make sure it's one solid piece. Now later on down the road, we'll have to come back out here once I get close to sheathing and kind of frame all this into the roof. That may be something I start on now. I may go ahead and get on the other wall and then come back and kind of finish frame everything out to where sheathing will actually have something to attach to. So still a lot of work to do on these walls, a lot of work. All right, so I have been back and forth over the period of a couple days between a bunch of rainstorms trying to knock this out and get it bolted in. and we're there. So what I have did is about every 24 inches in between those studs, I have drilled through the metal truss all the way through both top plates and bolted with a 3/8" bolt. I think I have 16 bolts total, bolting the top plates to the truss. Probably overkill for sure, but definitely is not going anywhere. I went ahead and put all the nails in the bottom strap since I got those in. All the top plates are nailed inside and out. So this wall is officially secured, which was kind of the task I was hoping to knock out in this episode. So all these plates are on the outside now. I went ahead and tied the top two together with a plate. I'm bending one more to kind of make sure those are really tied together. But again, with all the bolts, they don't technically have to be tied together. They're going absolutely nowhere. And I went ahead and got all the bolts, or excuse me, all the nails in down here as well. So we're good to go. I had a nightmare of a time getting what you see under this blue tarp from Lowe's. I went from a good experience to a very aggravating experience, but it finally showed up somewhat in the rain yesterday, many hours late, but we got it. So I think to wrap this video up, I'm gonna kick it and fast forward while I have a break right now and it's not raining, get this tarp off, and I'm gonna move all this lumber in. Everything you're seeing in here is 2x8s, 2x10s, and 2x4s. This is all for the interior framing and the attic, and some of the 2x10s is to do all the headers on that big balloon frame wall down there. So thank y'all so much for watching. Sadly, some of these episodes are gonna be a little boring because there is a lot to do on that wall. I still have to get up on the very top where the rafter is and figure out how to frame all that out so sheathing is nice and level when I put it on the outside. That's gonna be interesting. Probably when the next episode is gonna be blocking that entire wall out. So I was a bit wrong. It's gonna take many episodes and days to do these big balloon frame wall ends. It's gonna take more days to do one wall than probably the majority of these exterior walls, because these are rather simplistic. These end walls absolutely are not. Now once we get them knocked out, all that wood right there is going to the interior. I'm really looking forward to that. We're gonna keep plugging away if Mother Nature allows and try to get toward getting this thing dried in. That's all I can think about. So thanks for watching. Like I said, I'm about to kick it and fast forward. We're gonna move a couple thousand pounds worth of wood. I'm too fat for all this. That oak tree that you see behind us that we did a lot of clearing out on the channel. It was a popular kind of little video series there. A lot of people had input that that should be the logo for our shorts. Yeah, we got shorts coming. Or shorts. Come on, loud diesel truck. I got things to do. What engineering plans call for. I've also got the bottom of all suds. Boy, it's gonna be one of them days. I can tell y'all, it's gonna be one of them days. Suds. Yeah, let's take a bath. Suds.